Welcome, ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome. What's up, Hac?
to Carbo Load.
Carbo Load. Yeah. Let me fix this mic here.
Yo, are you still using the same microphone attached to a water bottle tactic?
Yep. With some tack.
Hey,
It's
man.
actually, I didn't take it off the microphone yet. Or the stand yet.
Ah, then there you go.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Calling it a stand.
So-
It's just a water bottle.
I was thinking, you know how like millions of years ago they were like, I mean, maybe you don't even know this, but like there were giant insects.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just because there was like a lot more oxygen in the air and that made insects huge. So if that was the case in today, giant insects could also be a thing. But they died down and now they're all just tiny. But think about that, like if people were around, they'd be hunting giant spider instead of like their main source of food. That's what they would hunt. Like insects, giant insects.
Wow.
Isn't
That'd
that
be interesting.
weird?
Yeah, it'd be a whole different market of insects. I mean, like, we have insect food, but, like, it's kind of like...
That's
just-
why I said like yeah, because I know
It's a different
people
thing.
eat spiders, so that means if there's a giant spider, people probably gonna eat that too.
Mhm.
Even if it's scary to think about a giant freaking spider right above you.
Or, like, ants. Would ants be like cows?
That's what I'm saying. That'd be so interesting. I mean, what would they? They don't offer anything, do they? I mean, how would we know if they offer anything because they're so small, so they can't really give us anything, right?
Well, they do have like that royal jelly, which maybe that would be useful in some way.
What does the royal jelly do?
Like when their queen, when they want to have a new queen, like they just get another baby and they basically make it like Captain America, infuse it with this royal jelly, and it becomes a queen. It literally changes its genetics. I don't know about genetics, but it's like any ant could actually like become a queen. Maybe
A
it's just for
queen.
females, or maybe they're all
Do-
males. Except
So
for the
wait,
queen.
do they have? Oh, so that makes. Wait, do they have telepathic like connection? Do they like
I think
communicate
there's
to
some
each other?
stuff that we don't know about, like the hive mind of ants.
Really?
Like, have you seen
'Cause
these?
that's like-
I think they're called like carpenter ants, and they literally construct these buildings with themselves out of like leaves and stuff, and they bite and they attach the stuff. It's pretty cool.
What?
Yeah.
Imagine that to the size of like if they're
Yes.
giant. Like
Dude,
they could build so
what
many
if they had their
structures,
own society alongside us? Like,
right?
we were like interacting with them. Dude, that's totally how
They
an
can lift so
alien
much, too.
species that looked like a bug. That's how it would evolve. That's totally how it was.
Do you think that insects, since they were giant, they actually gained intelligence, developed a society, got in spaceships, left?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I know, but like that's
I just
crazy to
there's-
think
there's
about.
no evidence of that. Like, first of all,
Yeah.
how is there no evidence of an ancient, like,
Great, an
society?
ancient great civilization
like, the amount
or
of
society.
time,
Yeah,
like Earth has existed is like what?
yeah. There should be stuff, but it's just like there's so many things like erosion, weather,
Mhm.
all of it breaking down what we can build. So, what can we build that can last? The pyramids are already done. That's gonna stay there for how long do you think the pyramids will even stand? Actually, like
I think they'll. I don't know.
because that was
I think
like
it depends what we do to Egypt. Like, if Egypt changes and becomes more, not desert, like has more water and it grows more green life again.
yeah.
I
So
that
you
might
think
change
it'll like continue to stay? I'm talking about if all humanity died, what's the last structure that's gonna stand?
our plastic garbage.
How long?
I think it takes like thousands of years, and I feel like I'm underestimating it.
But all right, do you think's the last structure that's gonna be like? Say the Earth is about to die too,
Hmm.
and that's like how many years till the Earth is gonna die? Another 4 billion years or?
I feel like it could. I feel like it's billions. I don't know.
Yeah. So
I feel like it's in the
what
50
happened?
billions.
What do you think is going to survive that in the
I don't know.
future?
I don't know
Nothing.
if we'll even exist at that point. Honestly.
But if, yeah, I know. But if there's another species that's like trying to decipher what was this ancient civilization trying to do here, could they
Yeah.
see some of the impact humanity's had on the Earth in 4 billion years?
A, a 4 billion. I don't know. I don't know how long.
Yeah,
I
because
can't even imagine how long 4 billion years is.
then an ancient civilization could have existed, and we
Yeah,
wouldn't be able to know.
but I feel like there'd be some remnants. Like our technology is made out of metal and plastics
Oh, but like,
and all these
I don't know.
chemicals like made to make stuff last. Just ways of prolonging it. Like we don't even know how the Roman concrete is, how it was made, and it's better than our concrete today.
Really?
Yeah, because it's lasted till today. Like the structures.
Oh, but some of the structures are still falling. I mean,
Well, yeah, it's been a while, but like
yeah.
it's
Oh,
better than
yeah.
our stuff.
How can we not copy that? How can we not replicate it by now? What?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it in a couple years, any information on it, but that's the last I've heard of it.
It's just like, wow. Who was it? I know there was a library, that got burned
Was
down
it
and had like a.
Alexandria?
Yeah, yeah, I
Library of
think so.
Alexandria?
Do you think that information was also in there and then it got burned down too?
Maybe. There could have been a lot of
Yeah, we
information.
lost so much information just from that one instant. Like, I don't know what they could have had there that could have hinted at a past civilization
Hmm.
too. And who's to say the advanced civilization was still in the areas of where humans are today? So we kind of just took over from where they were.
Hmm.
I mean,
I've been looking like really. I've been getting kind of interested in like Roman times and Greek times, and kind of like what all that led up to, and it's like the Romans happened, right? And then it kind of started falling apart, and then the world became an apocalypse, basically. Like that was the
after the
Middle
Romans,
Ages. Like the Middle Ages was basically the apocalypse. Like, do you realize how
yeah,
shitty they lived?
the Black Plague.
Like all that shit. But did you see like Romans? Like they were on a path to like
They had,
they
yeah,
had
they had like
public plumbing.
bathrooms. They had like,
They had plumbing.
yeah, yeah, functioning sewage system. Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's just like, yeah, they were so advanced, and they had the concrete. They had that,
The
and
philosophers
then
too.
oh, all of them, yeah. And then it's just like none of that now. So that is an example of a past civilization that was a little bit advanced to some degree, not in all aspects, of course, because we have technology, phones, and everything.
Hmm.
But it could definitely happen. I think we're plastic may last, but not 4 billion years or even 1 billion years.
I don't know.
You think it'll last 1 billion years, really?
I think I really don't know, but I just know it's like plastic takes a long time to break down.
Yeah, we gotta look it up after this, I guess. But I
Hey
don't know. I
Jamie,
just
look it up.
never. I mean, what's it called? Uh, there's no plastic in any of the ancient civilizations we found, right?
No, that's like the only problem I have with like they're being an ancient civilization that existed years ago.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Is
because you
that
don't
there's
see
no
some
real
of
evidence
those.
today.
Yeah, but it's interesting to think about if there was.
Hmm.
I mean, we haven't like looked at the entire bottom of the ocean yet. We haven't discovered everything. We're finding new species every day. So there's plenty of different areas.
Hmm.
People say space is the final frontier, but we still got areas on Earth to look.
Yeah, I just feel there's not enough that's interesting down there, except lost treasures that like people lost in the ocean.
Yeah, yeah, but who's to say? You can find the next Atlantis buried.
Could be.
So we don't know, dude. I'm invested.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be like focusing on, I don't know, the floating cities
Hmm.
back to that. I mean, you're gonna need we're gonna need to definitely discover the bottom of the ocean to like find the sources of volcanoes to cause tsunamis. We could technically figure out when they're gonna occur. Do you think we're gonna be able to like? What are we gonna do for tsunamis? Like build a giant wall in front of like a coastal city,
I don't know. I feel like we could be able to terraform that part of the ocean at if
so it would
at
not
the point
cause.
that we'd be able to detect it all. Actually, no. I think we know how to detect it by now, just based
Yeah,
on.
yeah, we know how to detect it. It's just like,
I don't know how
could
they'd
we
stop
detect
it.
it sooner?
I'm sure it'd
I
be
don't
like
know.
combined methods, ways
I
that
mean,
absorb the water. Maybe they even learn how to use that for energy.
yes. Do you think they shoot something into the tsunami to stop the impact from going that way? But then it's like, where's that gonna go? Because if the tsunami's going one way, you shoot a missile the other way. Now
Hmm.
where's the tsunami gonna go? But
Yeah.
you know,
So I feel like they have to absorb it somehow in order to really stop it.
but how do we do that?
I don't know.
My first idea was a giant freaking either wall in front of the coastal shore, but that's not gonna happen because that negates the whole point of being on the coast. So you get like ships, trade going on.
Hmm.
So I don't know. There's also the thing with, I mean, tornadoes are also a natural disaster, but can we control the weather to a certain extent or no? I mean,
Um, I know we could make like clouds now, or at least some places can.
so you think we're
I
gonna
think
be
we
able
talked
to?
about that. Like,
Yeah. Do you think we're gonna be able to control tornadoes?
control. I don't know. I think
Control as in like keep tornadoes like away from populated areas
I
in
think it
that
would just
sense.
be like we learn better ways of detecting, and then are there ways to like slow a tornado and like reduce it?
We gotta think of something. Come on, there's so many like brilliant minds. Like,
I don't know what it is. I'm wondering, do we know ways, or is it just like fuck a tornado?
I think that's what it is. Like, yeah, it's a tornado, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Hmm.
Um, because there's so many like, well, I'm just going like from natural disaster to natural disaster, seeing ways how we can stop them.
Yeah.
I guess now at this point. So volcanoes, we can't do anything, right? Or geysers. In terms of shooting ash into the sky, because if there's a giant volcano, shoots up, the debris is going to cover the sun. We're going to lose a lot of life on Earth because of
Oh,
that.
like the super volcano under Yellowstone.
Yeah, yeah. What if that erupts? Like, how would we stop that?
Uh, I don't know if we're able to.
I know we're not, dude. But it's fun to think about it. Like, how can we stop it if we can put
I
our brain? I mean,
I
going back
guess
to the
we'd have to
weather
train it.
control.
Weather? Oh yeah, maybe if we controlled weather, we could do like a fronts or whatever that push it inward. Keep the
Yeah,
ash
just
in.
contain the ash or the smog in the area where the volcano was. If we can just like do that, that would also like work. I mean, the surrounding area would be covered in lava still. I'm pretty sure, but we would contain it so because like it's supposed to the ash and smog is supposed to cover the whole of the United States and more, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's over the ocean, Pacific and Atlantic Ocean too.
Yep. What do you think that's gonna? That could happen at any moment, dude. Like literally.
Can it? Or is it is
I'm
like right
pretty. I'm.
now it's gonna explode?
I'm pretty sure it's no, because it's. I think it happens every so often.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the correct amount of years, and now it's like overdue, or it's
Okay.
like yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
just the next black
has it
swan.
gone? Has it gone dormant? What's a black swan?
I don't know exactly why it's called Black Swan, but it's like a once in a lifetime event that like totally changes stuff. Like COVID was a Black Swan event, especially for the stock market, because
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, that's just like unexpected, came out of nowhere, just hit it hard,
Yeah.
and that
There's
would,
probably like different example. I'm trying to think of like other examples of black swans. Obviously, the Black Plague, since we talked about that earlier. Um, Age of Exploration could be one, right? Or no? Because that's like
I don't know. I'm not sure if it. I think that's probably would be one.
once in a lifetime opportunity. The only thing I could think about that would be like space related, right? Too.
Like I mean, an asteroid coming and hitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Either that or like I don't know. Mars comes really close to Earth for a second. Like something that only happens once in a while.
Mm.
Because I can't really think of anything else besides those. But yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna die from
Yeah,
the.
one way or another.
We're gonna. I mean, so there's gonna be smog everywhere. What do we do in that sense? We just freaking
I think it's
find
stock up
nuclear
on
shelter.
gas masks. Um, maybe some. I think in the movies it would just be like, oh, we're all done for. We have to go into apocalypse. But I think in real
Yeah.
life, companies will step up or something, or government will step up and have some kind of ash mitigation thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because if there was a company that did that, they would get so much money. But
Yeah, maybe like a pure somehow like a super purification thing.
yeah, yeah, that too. Yeah. Just it's just gonna hit the United States too, so it's like,
Yeah,
damn.
it's
And
totally
Canada,
gonna mess up the
Mexico.
rest of the world too, though.
Yeah, because all of our economies are connected.
Yeah. And not
So,
just that, like a whole
oh,
what?
ecosystem, because a
Yeah, like
lot
a
of
whole
food does
quarter
come
of the
from
earth.
California as well.
Yeah, like a whole quarter of
So,
the earth like being covered in ash is gonna affect the rest
yeah,
of the world somehow.
yeah, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna form like a nuclear winter, right? A new ice
Um,
age.
I think it'd be a winter. I don't think it's a nuclear winter because it's not a nuke.
Yeah, but
But yeah, like a new ice age.
yeah, it'd be pretty much an ice age after that. Wow. And then we got Snowpiercer.
Yep.
So that's see, everyone's already thought of the end of the world.
Hmm.
They just thought a little bit too much into the future.
Yeah, but it's coming. Those times are gonna come eventually.
All right, what other natural disasters are there? Earthquake?
Earthquake. Oh yeah. Did you hear about?
Can't be stopped.
Did you hear about L.A.? Like everyone's
What
leaving.
happened in LA?
Not L.A. Everyone's leaving California.
Really?
A
Why?
lot of people are
I mean
because
the fire?
I think it's politics, but like a lot of people are going. Like Joe Rogan, he moved to Texas from L.A. and
Really?
he was even talking about how right now a lot of people are leaving, but eventually there's gonna be an earthquake and even more people are gonna want to leave.
No, yeah, that's true. Because it's right on like the, not the epicenter, but like
The
one of the, what's it called? Plates?
yeah,
I think it's when the plates are like,
platonic plates.
yeah, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, so everybody's just leaving California, Oregon, and Washington.
I just heard California.
Wow, that's weird if it's not like
I don't know. It's
the
probably
other
other
states.
places too. A lot of
Yeah.
people are moving to the Midwest, in the middle of the country.
Do you think that's going to impact, like, create a new hub of people and Austin, Texas would be like the new LA?
I definitely think. I don't understand why like the center of our country isn't like the home of like the big cities. You know?
It's a lot of desert,
Oh, okay.
and on the coast, it's water, so you trade. So
Hmm.
that's why all of the big cities, even throughout all of
Well, I got
history,
that. I got that
yeah.
because like old times, but like I feel like now, like why aren't people moving towards the center of the country?
Well, yeah, there's tornadoes. Um,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
desert a lot, and I don't know. Wyoming has like nobody in it. Nobody lives in
Yeah.
Wyoming right now. It's maybe it could also be like, you know, these were the places they started. Now it's just like now there could be a city in the middle of the United States,
Hmm.
and that's gonna happen with everybody moving to Texas, I guess, if that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, who else was it? Seth Rogen and just a
I
bunch
didn't
of.
hear anything about Seth Rogen.
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
Nah, it's a Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, yes,
Yeah.
that makes more fun. Dude, Rogan, dude.
Yeah. Dude, they're almost spelled the same way. It's an A and an E.
It's too confusing.
I
They gotta
thought they were
like,
brothers originally.
really? That's funny. They gotta like clarify. Has Seth Rogen ever been on Joe Rogan's podcast?
I don't know.
He should. Rogan X2 times 2. I like it, dude. No, yeah, but with the advancing technology, we could definitely make a new city in the middle of the United States that would
Hmm.
be very populated and successful, um, like New York City or even Hollywood. Do you think Hollywood's gonna stay there? What's gonna happen to the Hollywood? All the movies.
I don't think you need to be in Hollywood to make movies anymore. I think
Yeah, but that's
Hollywood's
like,
falling apart.
oh, okay. Yeah, cause like, if the earthquake's happening, everybody's gonna leave there, and either go somewhere else, like, and they're gonna create the new Hollywood. Would it have the same name, or would it?
Well, in India they have Bollywood.
Every a lot of countries have uh, spin-offs of that, like
Really?
Bollywood. Yeah, I know Nollywood is one. There's like a bunch of them.
Hmm.
That's why I asked why do you think they're going to keep it, or are they going to change it into something else? Or they probably don't even need one at this point because like you said, it's just an image.
What do you mean change what?
Change the name of Hollywood if they were moving locations.
I don't think so. I think it's just the name of the city or the town or whatever.
Yeah,
Hollywood.
yeah. So yeah, that makes sense.
Because there's other Hollywoods. I think there's a Hollywood in Florida too.
Really? Why? Why would they do that?
Well, it's
They
probably
were
called
lazy.
that before Hollywood was famous.
It's like oh wow, but it's like when there's like streets that are named this, that, and there.
Yeah, I've seen that.
People couldn't think of names, so they just did that
Hmm.
instead.
That's funny. Oh, okay. So, you know how people talk about UBI,
What's a UBI?
Universal Basic Income?
Oh, okay.
So, I had this idea for like a capitalistic version of UBI. It would basically be companies provide, you know what Universal Basic Income is?
No.
So, it's like the government pays people a minimum amount of money, like whatever amount of time, right? They get it like once a year, every month. You
The
get like a
government
monthly
pays you,
check.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like that, but
Only if you work?
well, no. So it would be businesses supply it. So like businesses, let's say it gets far enough into the future, right, where the world is so perfect, not perfect. It's so much better than it is now that in order for companies to get people to join them, they have to incentivize them with money. So Tesla came out with their car, right? Like they have a Tesla
Yeah.
car. It's basically all digital, and they're streamlining like the whole car process. They're the number one. They're the highest valued car company in the world,
Yeah.
and
You could sell the extra energy too. So you
that
could make a
too. So yeah.
profit.
So and if you get their car, eventually they're gonna start this taxi service where you could rent your car
Yep.
out. You saw that, and one car can make like $30,000 a year. So
Yeah, exactly.
that's just like a one-time payment, and you get monthly income, right?
Yeah.
But like, what if that over time it gets so much better that just to join you have to be paid?
That's crazy, right?
Because like right now we join like all these social media stuff for free, and what they get
Oh
is
yeah,
our
because like
information. We're paying them with our information.
even video games nowadays have to be free
Yeah.
because no one's gonna pay $60 for a video game anymore. I mean, Fortnite was free. Now Warzone's free.
Hmm.
Probably the next games are all gonna be free, and
Even
that
if
goes
you
along to
don't
what you're
spend the
saying.
$60, like they might make more money off of you if you're one of the players that like really spends a lot in the games. You know.
Yeah, and like tells other people to play too, especially YouTubers.
Hmm.
They're basically just like having a brand, and it's like, I support this game, this company. You know, go play it, and then gets money, makes a profit. Both parties are happy. So
And then also with the cars, right? So they're gonna be self-driving, so they'll just drive people around. And if you're in the car, like eventually they're gonna probably get advertisements in the car, and maybe try to sell you kind of things in the car.
I
I don't
think
know
you
how they
talked
would
about
sell
this
you.
last week
I
too.
did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'd be dope as shit. And
But
then
we already have advertisements in taxis in New York City.
yeah, so why don't we get like video advertisements? And
Wait, you want
just
ads shoved in your face when you're in the car?
well, I don't, but that's just gonna be how it is, and no one's gonna care, because it'll be so cheap too.
Well, I'm gonna care.
Yeah,
So
but are
I'm
you
gonna.
gonna care?
Oh, okay,
It's
yeah.
not like a regular price thing. It's so much cheaper.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Then they have to do that, yeah. And then they're gonna be paying like for ads, and that's how they make their profit.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. Imagine that. Travel gonna be free, and the only price is advertisements. That's like the main goal of everything, right? Like, everything's free, quote unquote, with advertisements everywhere shoved in your face. Cause,
What are you gonna say?
cause like we're just gonna buy the products that they see,
Hmm.
thus they're making money. So it makes perfect sense, but just how well do you think it would work?
I don't know how far into the future it would be. I just feel like it's a total possibility for that to exist on some level, and ideally it would go to the point where it's perfect and everyone can survive off of a free market.
What if the population keeps growing?
Well, I think we'll cap off on Earth at like 10 billion.
Why do you say that? The population is growing.
Yeah, but I think we can only sustain like 10 billion people now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can't we like actually sustain like 16 billion, but like everybody's just like taking what they want, so we can only support 10?
Maybe. I mean, no, I'm sure ideally you mean like in a
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
ideally we could probably I don't know, but like probably more than 10 billion.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah. But damn. I mean, what do you think like people are gonna how are people gonna die? I mean, like we're gonna continue living, they're gonna continue making better medicine. So what do you mean cap off at 10 billion? Like what's gonna happen at that point?
So you mean if people just don't start dying enough?
Yeah.
Um I'm not sure. I feel oh, and I guess we'll at that point, like if we were able to sustain life, we could probably be on Mars by now. And we'll get some
Yeah,
more space. But
but
I don't know if we did it.
that still
Yeah.
takes a while to like set up a whole new planet on Mars. That's gonna take a decent amount of time. We could
Mhm.
send some ships now, but I feel like they're gonna be the ones that mostly. I mean, yeah, tourists will come a lot, but it'll take a while. When did we reach 8 billion people?
Uh, I don't think we've reached it yet.
Oh,
I
we
don't.
didn't.
No. I think we're at like 7.6, 7.7.
There's honestly probably like a website that just has like the global population counter. Let me see if that's actually a thing. 7.8 billion, yeah.
Damn.
So, oh yeah, real world statistics. We have about 100,000 births this year. 300, no wait, oh, misspoke. 100 million births today. I mean this year. Can't even speak properly. Oh my god.
In
That's not
2020 or the last year?
So this year, 100 million born. Today, 300,000. And deaths this year, 40 million. So we're increasing 60 million. I mean, yeah, 60 million each year, give or take. Um, so I mean, I guess we might be able to do the Mars thing, but we'll see. And I was also, it was a hypothetical because I said, like, medicine and everything also being advanced so much that we won't be able to even, like, die. Like, because, you know, there wouldn't be natural death at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen when we defeat death. That's scary.
People will, I feel like at that point you're living so long, and do you think people are going to still want to continue to be immortal? Like forever?
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Like the
what's
song
scary
goes,
about
dude,
it.
do you really want to live forever? Yeah. Forever young, dude? I don't know, man. I feel like it's going to be like we're going to fix that problem, and then maybe they're going to have the option to, if you want to end your life when you're like extremely old, you can do that.
It's gonna be like, oh my god, we have 100% suicide death rate.
In the future, dude. But all hypotheticals. All hypotheticals. So what do you think we should do? Well, do you see any problems with the justice system, or not even justice system, just in general criminal system?
Like the police and stuff.
In terms of, I guess how they
Try people.
uh yeah, how they try people. And actually, let me shift it a little bit to my opinion of uh, a subtopic in this. I think that instead of like punishing criminals more, we should rehabilitate them to to actually help them.
Hmm.
Because I think if we continue to treat them as criminals, they're gonna act that way. So we gotta fix that part of the system, if anything.
Yeah, I think it's definitely that they're more of a prisoner jailer or prisoner cop mindset that definitely
Yeah,
messes with the point of going to prison now is to reform. Because they're not, aren't they called prisons anymore, right? They're called like reform centers or something.
oh, that's what they're called. I didn't know that.
I don't know. Maybe some of them. Maybe it's whatever. I don't know what the exact terms.
Yeah.
But I definitely think there's private prisons that profit from having people in their jails.
How so?
Because there's
Like,
a
how's
lot.
it?
There are private prisons, right? That like prisoners are in, and I think like they get subsidies from the government for housing them.
How do you even? Oh, so the company is just like, all right, I'm gonna build a prison. I can house some of your prisoners in here,
Because it's
and
expensive for us to have a lot of prisoners.
yeah, yeah, because we're actually like, we have like so many people in prisons now. Um,
Yeah, there's an
and,
absurd amount of people.
yeah, even though I think crime is actually going down too.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of drug stuff. I think I think it's a problem. Drugs. It's
And
because drugs are seen so badly that our prisons are overstocked.
but if we legalize the drugs, because I believe I want to say Switzerland legalized. I think yeah, I think they legalized drug possession to a certain extent. So you wouldn't get arrested for having equipment for drugs, for
Uh-huh.
having the drug itself, and for selling a small amount of it. But if you were selling a lot of it, then you'd still get arrested. But they have they have what's it called been doing pretty good in terms of drug use. Like it's been low in the numbers,
Mm-hmm.
and there's been a lot of less uh, people in prison because of that. And so I feel like we should just like use that as an example. But I mean, Switzerland is also very different.
What drugs did they legalize?
I'm I don't know exactly. I think the article just said drugs, but it's safe to say marijuana was one of them.
Yeah, I'm sure
'Cause
marijuana
there's
was.
nothing wrong with that, but it's just been demonized by the government.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's, rehabilitation for criminals, the decriminalization of marijuana for starters. Um, and I guess I don't know what other drugs, but possible limitations because people are addicted to these drugs and they can't do anything about it. So they continue to get the drug, but and they can't go to the hospitals for help because they're going to get arrested for doing the drug. So it's like you're stuck in a loop and it doesn't really help anyone.
Would they get arrested for doing the drug?
If Yeah, I'm pretty sure like if you wanted help and you were addicted, I mean,
Or do you think they just think that? Because I don't think. I feel
all
like
right,
that's
maybe
not.
it could be just an ideal of it,
Uh,
but it's still like that idea of, oh, I can't get help, so I won't get help.
mhm.
And that's the mentality of like a lot of people in that. Yeah.
What drugs would you want legalized?
Well, basically, same thing as Switzerland, except you don't punish people for doing the
Hmm.
drugs. You give them rehabilitation to, like, even more so than, uh, I guess, people who just commit crimes. So, I guess you would have to just you'd actually be receiving help for your drug addiction, and nobody gets like fines or anything, no prison time, nothing, none of that. You just go to get help, and that's
Hmm.
all. What do you think?
Uh, I'm trying to think of a reason why not to do that. Because it sounds pretty good. Just like anyone, if they're found doing a drug and they need help with it, that they get this rehab.
And even if they say they don't need help with it, you still got to give them
I don't.
help.
I don't know about that. I don't think you should force them to get help. But I think there should be a lot of
All right,
things there, and
but
people should be telling them.
I think there should definitely be some restrictions as to like, if somebody is shooting heroin in their arm, causing damage in their arm, they're going to lose the arm. And you know better. What would you do? Do you tell
Well,
them,
I'm saying that I'll try to get that person help.
yeah? Oh, okay, so you'll offer it to them.
Well,
It'll
no, no,
be
no. I
there.
just mean like
Yeah,
I
okay,
don't
yeah.
think that
Yeah, so you just,
we should have a system that's set up that like if this person's on drugs, we immediately give them um, rehab and like force them to go to that. You know, because
yeah,
I feel
okay.
like that could kind of lead to some bad stuff, like us forcing these people to go to what they deem as rehab.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we just offer it, make
Hmm.
sure it's to everyone, and they're not going to be fined or anything.
I think
And
if they're
that's like,
found like
that's
overdosing,
kind of what
I
we
think
need to
definitely
do.
yeah, give them some help right there, and yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. But, like, yeah, it's just like looking out for your well being. it's supposed to be like a you know, drugs are supposed to be a health issue, not a crime issue.
Yeah.
You know that's and we made it a crime issue,
Yeah.
so it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I never thought about that.
Yeah,
I never thought about it, like in those terms.
yeah, because we need to help people, and that's what the government's supposed to do.
Yeah. U.S. government helping the people out, like an MK Ultra.
What's MK Ultra again?
It's the one where we have come out. This is declassified documents saying that the U.S. government like lured people in like into like whorehouses back in the 60s, 70s, around then, and they dosed them with like LSD and stuff to try and test the drug and see if they can like mind control them.
Oh, I remember you telling me this, but they were all just like
Yeah.
tripping. So it wasn't.
Well, I mean, what are these drugs doing? We probably still don't know to this day because they became illegal. And there was not a lot
Oh,
of research done.
yeah.
Like, people in the I guess 70s when LSD was big, or 60s. I'm not sure when, but whenever that was, like they were like, wow, like like a lot of people were into these drugs for like more than just like having fun with them.
Yeah, they were like, some people were like researching it and looking into it.
Yeah.
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 And then it's just like, it's all gone now because it was illegal. But why'd the government still do that in the first place? Mind control, really? Mind control of all things you could be testing. How do I control my people? Mind control.
Yeah. And we had a gay bomb in World War II.
That was just completely like, that wasn't even a thing, was it?
Well, I think the U.S. government tried to make a gay bomb that when they launched it into the Germans' camp, it would make them gay and like be distracted by each other.
What the fuck? That's so fucked up.
I don't think it went anywhere.
Yeah, I could see
'Cause,
that
like,
not
you can't
going
do that to
anywhere.
anyone.
Yeah. Like what?
But like, I think that was an idea.
The U.S. government thinking of brilliant ideas. I mean,
Well, I think one of their next ones after that was a pretty good
what
one.
was the one after that?
The nuke.
The nuke. Yeah, but you know, do you think the nuke?
Well, I mean, I don't think it was good, but I mean, it was a pretty effective idea.
Do you think it was necessary?
I don't know.
Because they did.
I don't know if 2 nukes were necessary.
Yeah.
Or no, actually, I think I heard that the Emperor still wanted to fight after
Hearing.
the second nuke,
Oh, really?
but because like the Emperor was kind of more of a ceremonial position at that point, they were like, okay, we're not gonna keep fighting.
Oh, and then they just took it down from him, and he wasn't the emperor after that. Yeah.
Well, I think he might have still been the Emperor, but like the Emperor didn't really mean anything.
Oh.
Like the Queen of England.
Yeah.
You know, she's like the Queen of England, but like, what does she do?
Yeah, just a figurehead. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They could have. Yeah, I guess. Wonder what happens if they only did one, and then
Yeah.
maybe Japan would have saw the repercussions of the singular nuke and just been like, all right, you know, after a while we're gonna give up because I mean, 2 cities, man. But nukes now.
They bounced back though.
Now they're like doing like really good, yeah. What's like the nuke size today is like how much bigger than the bombs that were dropped in World War II?
Oh my god. I think the nukes we have today are the ones we had there in the 80s were like 100 times more
Really?
powerful than the ones they had during World War II.
That's 100 cities. Wow.
Not to mention the fallout, which will be exponentially bigger.
The fallout being the cloud of ash, I'm presuming.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
radiation.
and
That's
radiation.
gonna fall out
Yeah,
even farther.
yeah,
Yeah, and we'll have a nuclear winter because of that. Too.
yep. Back to before when we were talking about the nuclear
Yeah.
winter.
Mm-hmm.
It all connects in the end.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised, you know, we haven't had World War III yet. Did you hear about this this Russian I want to say he was a Russian soldier in a submarine, and he stopped World War III from happening. Nobody knows his
No,
name.
how?
I forgot his name myself too. But he basically the there was a Russian submarine submerged underneath the water. The United the United States had a ship there. They saw the submarine and they were like, "What are they doing? They're not supposed to be here." And because I'm pretty sure they were supposed to be like guarding Cuba at the time. So the United States sent out some like 2 grenades, but like it was just to scare them, not like actually like do any damage. It was
Yeah.
to tell them like, back off.
Warning
Yeah,
shot.
warning shot. Yeah, that's what it was. And so there was 3 Russian officers who needed to sign. Oh yeah, on board of the submarine was a nuclear bomb. They had nuclear missiles in the submarine, and the Russian officers took the warning as a direct attack, but they needed 3 of the main officers to sign off on it. The first 2 officers signed off on the nuke. The last officer said it was probably just like a warning. They would have done more damage than that. Didn't sign off on it and went back home and stopped World War III. Yeah.
Wow.
We were that close. That close.
Wow.
1 vote. That's crazy, dude. And no one knows his name. I forgot his name myself.
Imagine that's how it ended.
Just yeah, in like an alternate universe, in a sense that he signed off on it. They would have sent nukes to us. The radiation would have spread. Nuclear war, everything that ended right there, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
I'm thinking like if it hasn't happened now, we're good. Like we shouldn't even be here after that. Like yeah. So
I've always thought, like, what if I'm in the universe where I don't die? And, like, every time I go
that's
to
what I
die,
was
it's like,
thinking.
what if my
No,
universe was
literally,
ever
that's what I was
ended?
thinking too. I was
Right?
thinking, wow, I guess this is the universe where I'm not gonna die. All other ones, I've probably died in like separate occasions, like earlier on. Cause I've thought like, hey, like, or what if there was like a car accident and I was like, wow, I was gonna walk down there, yesterday. Maybe this is the universe that I survived, just solely based off of that, like other experiences.
Did you ever hear of the test you do to see if that's true or
What's the
not?
test?
So you have to get, you know how, like, Schrodinger's cat, it's like a cat in a
Yeah, it's
box with
alive
the
and dead
thing
at the same time.
that's, yeah, it's gonna, but this poison or whatever it is in the situation is gonna explode at an unknown time or kill the cat at an unknown time.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, what if you had that just in a room with yourself? That's how you test it. If it goes off and you die, then you're not in that universe. If it doesn't, then you can't die.
But would you stay in there forever?
I guess if you just wanted to test it, like,
Well,
imagine that would be the ultimate thrill to walk into that room and just stand there for as long as you
right?
can.
But like, nah, you need to like eat, and everybody dies at some point. So, are you saying,
Well, I mean, let's just say you could walk in and out of that room, right?
yeah?
And the room is just like, you'll stand in there, and at any given point, you can explode. You'll
You
never
know,
really know, because, like, what?
knowing my
Oh, what
luck,
if you're
I
there
would
for one
stay
more
in the room
second?
for 10 hours, not get sprayed, walk out, get hit by a car, and die.
Well, yeah.
So,
I was like, ooh, I'm not dying today.
yeah,
I'm not dying right now.
yeah, just not right now, you know. So it's like we all die at some point. When I said I'm in the universe where I don't die, um, I mean I am going to die, just like probably later to the point where I've lived. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, but, like, you don't know that. You could live forever.
I don't know if I live forever, but
Like, you just know you're gonna die because you've been told that.
well,
Like, what proof do you have that from now until the day you die, theoretically. Something comes out that disables death.
That is a risky way of thinking. Because you're in the mindset of like, I can't die, but
Well, I
what's
know.
to
I'm just saying,
say?
like, what if?
So you're saying
Like,
the
you
way
don't
with the
know
technology.
that you're not gonna die.
Okay, would I be like, basically nothing can harm me in this scenario?
Not necessarily nothing can harm you, that you just don't die.
I just don't die.
No, I'm just saying, like, how do you know? You don't know if you're gonna die. Like, you've been told that you're gonna die. You believe it to some extent, but you don't know it.
I am gonna. I'm just gonna have to believe that I will die.
Yeah, I know, but like, you don't know it.
Yes, I do.
You don't know. Like something, like we can come to some point in time where just like they just cure death.
They can't just cure death. There's many ways to die.
Yeah, but what if they just cured
You
death?
can't do that though. It's just not
What if you
possible.
just cured everything that can kill you?
Falling, lava, burning, drowning, starving,
Okay, so falling, um, you don't
poison,
you got gravity shock boots.
knives.
What if you're just a robot? You're a robot.
So you're saying, okay, in this scenario, I'm a robot. I could still be turned off and die.
You're in the internet.
All right, all of the satellites are turned off and everything. An EMP goes off and blows everything.
Then I guess everything's dead.
Exactly, so I can die. Because there's
Yeah, it's some.
there's no scenario in which you can prolong your life forever. It's just impossible.
I don't know. I think it's possible. But I feel like at the point where you're able to turn off every satellite in the entire Earth's internet and destroy every internet connecting thing, I think you'd be able to get like far away and you could probably do whatever you want.
All right, what if a giant meteorite hits Earth and kills everybody? Would you and like, yeah, how would you survive a giant meteorite?
Oh, right now you wouldn't.
Well, in the future, with your future technology,
You could destroy it.
we could destroy it. What if it's going so fast and we miss it?
What if we could knock it out of the way with
We
a
don't
bomb?
see it, dude. It's going so fast. And it's a giant one. It's like double the size of Earth.
And then I'd leave Earth.
You don't know what's coming
With
to
my
Earth.
Well, because my technology is so advanced, I can slow down time.
Okay. Alright.
And at this point, we can detect that.
You know, my only solution would be if you go into a VR headset and you like live a whole lifetime in like 10 minutes. That's probably going to be in the future, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just keep doing that and you're like, this has been my 10th life. And, you forget everything and you start new. And it's like a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take it off and you're like, wow, I have the experience of like 50 people.
Yeah. That'd be crazy. Like the Rick and Morty.
And that's all.
What's it called?
I don't know what the video game is called.
It's so funny. I forgot it.
What if, like, when we think of our past lives, actually, it's just our actual self that's just wearing this headset that has us in VR, and this is it right now. We were like, this is just a video game or something, and we're just gaining experience.
Mm-hmm. Like when you die, you're just gonna be like,
Yeah.
whoa, I had a
Yeah.
terrible dream.
What a terrible dream. I would hate that. That would be terrible. You wake up and you're someone you're not.
I've always had this question, like, how do I know that this isn't me just being conceived right now and I'm in my mother's womb, and when I'm born, I'm just gonna like become a baby, and all of this has just been an imagination.
So you're saying none of this but how would the baby know all of this stuff though?
But what if it's just Division 1? And 2, what if there's like something more and then you could see your whole life before you're born?
Oh, but you don't remember any of it. Kind of
Yeah.
like Mr. Nobody.
Was that... Oh yeah, I was got so lost in that
Dude, okay,
story.
so basically everybody knows everything is a baby, and then you're given this finger that causes like a finger over your mouth, and that causes you to forget everything, and then you're a baby. But then the angel forgot to put the finger on the main character, so he remembers everything. So he knows everything, and he knows all outcomes. So he tries to think of each outcome like the best thing to do. And so that's the whole movie. Mr. Nobody, he's. Do you want me to spoil it for you? So you already saw it, right?
I saw it, yeah. I
Yeah,
just don't
the
remember
whole movie
this
is
part.
like just him thinking about his parents leaving. Like it's still him as a kid. He just thought so far.
Oh, it's back to like the first choice,
Yeah,
right?
because it's all he. That whole thing was just inside his head, and he was just thinking because he knows everything.
Wow.
So that's why it says the last mortal on Earth, and it's him, and then time resets after that because that was I think as far as he could have extended in that reality, so he couldn't like think of anything else.
Hmm.
And it's also foreshadowed because whenever Mr. Nobody's like walking, he sees like structures that seem fake and everything, and that's all, and like a giant kid playing around with stuff to symbolize that it is all in his imagination, and but it is also accurate and will happen. So,
Oh, okay. So he just knows where he'll be, but if he goes off the path, he won't see what was there because he won't be there.
no, he did like well, he did
Or like he doesn't need to see what's not there.
he well yeah, I mean, he did three paths. So yeah, he knows everything, so he doesn't care about anything. He just cares about like if he's happy, he has a wife, the woman he loves. That's all he struggles to. He and his parents, of course. All
Hmm.
personal reasons. Um, that's all he uses his power for, I guess. So, I mean, hey, maybe that's it too. We just know everything.
Yeah.
No-
Isn't that kind of like a fourth dimensional being though?
Knowing everything, omnipresent.
Like not necessarily omnipresent, but you can go down every timeline because you can move throughout time.
Well, he's not moving throughout time. He's moving throughout time in his head.
Okay, so the difference is that like one can do it physically, the other one can do it
Well, he
mentally.
can do it mentally first, and then he'll know what to do it physically. But he can't do a do over
Hmm.
and go back. So he can he can live as many lives as he wants, I guess. But eventually, he's gonna have to take one of those paths, and that's also what the movie's about: making choices. You know, he has to choose between his mom and his dad, and that's like,
Oh wow, I don't remember
yeah, that's
that.
the whole thing. That's
That's
why he did this whole thing. Like, what's it called? Like the entire movie was him deciding.
uh
So yeah, it's really sad, but it's a great movie. Explains a lot. It
what?
explains like so much. And like, wait, how did we even get onto Mr. Nobody about knowing everything?
Um,
Do you think we're gonna have like amnesia pills in the future?
I don't know about amnesia pills. I think we'll have amnesia software.
Because like, what if you have a traumatic memory and you don't want to remember it? You could probably have that memory erased in the future. I for
I think with Neuralink, they'll be able to do that.
I for one want to keep all my memories, but I don't want to have the temptation to delete my memories because that erases who I am.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I even want Neuralink for that reason. If you can erase some memories, because I feel like I would erase all the embarrassing ones too. You mean, hey, that's good maybe, but still, it's a part of me.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be good. I don't think deleted memories
Yeah,
is good.
should never be a thing if it's in the future. But
If anything, like bringing up like repressed memories would
yeah,
be a good thing.
yeah, that would be good.
Like being able to deal with them.
Yeah, and then you come to like terms with everything, and you know everything because like you actually remember it.
Hmm.
So, yeah, if they do that, I'll get Neuralink. But if they erase my brain, nah, not buying it.
I'm not trying to get it at all, but I kind of hope I die before I have to make that choice.
Really? I feel like it's going to be a
Yeah.
choice in your lifetime, and
Yeah, I know. Me too.
it's just going to be a matter of like, and no, there's definitely going to be like two sides to it, like people that don't want to do it and people that do want to do it. So it's like, so you don't know what you're going to do?
I think it's just gonna be until I have to do it because like I
If
want
half the
like
population
my
does it, I'll do it.
kids like my kids will be a part of probably a part of a generation that if not no if not them, then their grandkids will have to decide whether to put a chip in their kid's brain
Yeah,
when they're born. And I don't want like that to
the
be
mentality of it, a decision to
well,
be
it's just that
made.
like it's a total disadvantage if you don't put it in their head
So you have to do it.
because it's kind of like you're doing a disservice to them to compete in whatever society.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a competitive society in the future because everybody's going to,
Yeah.
have the Neuralink chip, and it's going to be everybody's going to be a genius.
You'll probably never have to do math again. Well, you will, but you'll be able to do any kind of math.
But do you think being smarter makes people happy?
I think it's going to change us fundamentally if we know all human knowledge.
Oh wait, yeah, because like, yeah, it can like emit different chemicals in the brain, cause reactions, change how you
Hmm.
feel. Like,
Well, I mean, like just knowing all that, like everyone will have the same amount of input, right?
yeah.
So like all your judgments and feelings are all based around the same input, or it's based on your input. Like all the information you get, the people you're around, the things you
So we're
see, the
more of
things
a
you read.
hive mind.
Yeah,
So
which is
less
scary as
personal.
hell.
We're less ourselves. We're more of a group of,
A collective.
yeah. So I don't know. I kind of like my individuality.
Yeah, but like that's what makes us human. But that's our biggest flaw.
Yeah. But I mean,
Like as like a survival of the fittest
what's the
standpoint.
difference between like that and like society today? Because I feel like it's always reverting to everybody's following someone.
I think it will be everyone follows the same whatever, same rules, same code, the same
I think there'll be some
law.
lawbreakers.
I guess so, but what if we have like there's gonna be these new smart glasses that come out that are probably gonna have cameras on them. So everyone's walking around with these things that's eventually gonna come out in the next couple of years.
Oh, that's cool.
And everyone's gonna have cameras, so you can't really see what people are doing wrong. Or you can always
Do
see
you
what people are
think they're
doing
going
wrong.
to do that with contacts?
I don't know. I feel like eventually it'll just be cameras in our eyes, but our eyes will be cameras essentially because we'll remember everything.
Oh yeah,
There'll be no
but you
need
can't.
unless our images aren't as
No, no.
good.
Well, that and you can't give that footage to anyone else because that's your memory. So how do we know you're telling the truth about a certain memory unless you have video?
Well, I feel like we could send that because that'll be
You can
digitalized.
do that.
Well, I mean, if we could record all our memories and remember
Oh,
every
I thought it was
memory,
just like
it has to be able to transfer in.
I thought it was just like it sends like a chemical reaction to the part of our brain where we store all of our memories and it reignites them so we actually remember everything. Similar to how when you say something and I go, "Oh, I heard that before" because it connected in my brain. So I think it's similar to that.
Hmm. I feel like we'll eventually get to a point where we can just upload our memories. You know.
Yeah, maybe, but also I feel like the human brain is really complex and I don't know how Neuralink would work for humans because we have so many different intricate thoughts. So far, they've just tested it on pigs, right? So
I think so.
I don't know how well the transition is going to be if it's actually going to be sustainable. You know?
Well, they didn't really do much to the pigs. They
Exactly.
just like we were able
Put it in
to
and take it out.
gather information.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and pinpoint where their next movement would be.
Yeah, it was pretty accurate.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Yeah.
That's pretty scary because that means we're pretty close to getting like equivalent to our better than our body parts is prosthetics.
Yeah, yeah. But hey, that's gonna happen. I mean, why are you scared of the future?
It's scary that like what if I have to make the choice to cut my arm off for something better?
I don't think you're going to make that choice. I feel like if you lose your arm, it's going to be your choice to get the better arm or not.
Yeah, but they're gonna sell that for people too.
Yeah,
What's the laws gonna be? Are people gonna be allowed to amputate themselves?
I doubt. I no. I. Mm, are they allowed to?
You think?
People are allowed to amputate themselves now.
They
No,
are?
I asked that.
But like a doctor, like, I
Oh,
don't think a doctor's allowed
yeah.
to amputate unless it's gonna save the patient's life.
Yeah,
But then I think other countries will make super soldiers
yeah.
that using this technology, and we're gonna have to compete, and then it's gonna slowly
Build
be
into that.
It's gonna be socially accepted
Yeah,
to be able to do that.
yeah. I hope not. 'Cause, yeah, that'd be pretty bad. Everybody just doing it just so they can be better.
You gotta compete.
Hey, man. With the arms, would it still feel like a regular hand? Would it look like a regular hand? Would you still have all the feeling?
They could probably get there at some
Yeah,
point. You wouldn't get the feeling, not the feeling, but you could definitely get the
the
motion.
feeling. See? Feeling's important.
Yeah, I know, but right now, just imagine amputees. Like they'll be able to just grab it. Like
That
we're
would
gonna start
that
to
would
get-
like make whoever has that would like and like people like building on that, like more people getting it. I feel like they'd be so disconnected from everyone else just because they can't feel. I mean, I don't know.
Have you seen the robotic arms we have now?
No, not yet.
They're like insane.
Really?
They're really good. They can do a lot of motions. Like they have like almost 3 prongs, I think,
Yeah, yeah.
and they could like do a lot more. Right? It's not just the nothing hand just moving around.
But the sensation of touch.
I know that, but I mean, eventually we're gonna get
Okay,
there.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, probably connected neurally.
But like, and another thing is like, what do you care about touch enough for that advantage in your world,
True.
your business world, where you get type faster
Yeah, that's true.
or whatever? You're not gonna need to type because you just send it in.
That would be the future. But we're talking way in the future.
Yeah.
And I feel like that probably won't happen because we're probably going to think of something even better, probably an entire robot we can upload ourselves into. I feel like that's going to be where it's going to go. Like, if we're already amputating ourselves to get more advanced, we're probably just going to stick our brains inside a robot at some point then.
An Android.
An android, yeah.
And there's gonna be fake people. There's gonna be real life NPCs
What?
with fake android people,
That's great.
like in Blade Runner.
I need to see Blade Runner. I tried watching the second one because Harrison Ford was in it, but I didn't really get any of it. So I gotta watch the first one.
Harrison Ford was the star of the first one.
Oh, that explains it. Yeah, I just saw the second one with old Harrison Ford. Damn. That makes more sense now. Why he's old.
Yeah. I didn't get to see that movie yet. I wanted to see that.
Yeah, I guess it's on my top 100 movies to watch. Yeah, I have a
Really?
post.
The second one?
It's not the second one. It's just on the
No,
list.
no. The second movie.
No, I don't know
Second
what
Blade
the
Runner?
second movie is specifically. I think.
No, the second Blade Runner
Oh,
or the first Blade Runner.
dude, it's like 2050 something. I don't know. Or it's 20 something, right?
No. Does the poster say the first Blade Runner or the second Blade
I
Runner?
don't know. It says like a number at the end.
Oh,
Blade
yeah, I think
Runner
it's the second
something
one.
something.
2046.
Maybe.
There's Blade Runner's the first one, and then Blade Runner with the numbers is the second one.
Okay, then maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'll check on it.
You want to wrap it up here?
Yeah. We've
Where-
been a decent Decent 70 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. It has
Sign out.
it has been Hac and Cade.
Yes, sir, on Carbo Load.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in tonight. We will catch you all next week.
Yeah, make a Reddit page.
Make a Reddit page.